Hi, everyone. It's Janelle Evans. Welcome to Leadership Minds and Matters. This is our second Wednesday night, and I see we have a lot of people jumping on, which makes me very happy because once again, we're going to be talking about something that is absolutely one of my favorite topics, and it's about meditation. Tonight's session is titled Big Little Lies About Meditation You Should Know, especially the ones that may be preventing you from trying it. But before I get started on the topic, please type your name in the chat, say where you're from, because we have people all over the US and overseas in our group, and it's a great way for people to know who's in. Now, these are all like-minded people. Everybody here is wanting to just live their best life because the things that we talk about here help you do that. Whether you're the leader of a company or you lead a group, a volunteer group, or you're the leader of your household, everything we talk about here helps you just become a better version of yourself. So hey, Brett and Hala and David, good to have you here. I see more people are joining. I can't always see your name, so if you want to drop your name and your city in the location. All right, Brett and Mike from South Carolina, fantastic. So good to have you here. You know, as I said, this is our second Wednesday night Facebook Live, and I think this time is really working out better for a lot of people. Hi, Tina. So good to have you here. So again, let us know where you're from, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Have many of you watched the TV show Big Little Lies? That's what gave me the idea for this, because like that show, things get started and they sort of become these myths, right? And you tell one line that kind of leads to another line. I think that happens on this topic around meditation and mindfulness. So my goal tonight is to really demystify a lot of things that maybe some of you have heard about meditation and to encourage you to try it on if you haven't already. And as always, please think about any questions that you want to ask me. I definitely have time at the end of our session tonight to answer any questions that you have about meditation. I really welcome that, and we'll have some time to do that. All right, so this topic came up because I actually reached out to the group and asked everyone, you know, what is getting in your way? Because I hear almost every day people say, you know, I really want to meditate and all, but I don't have the time. And some of the specific things I heard was people say they can't stop thinking long enough. They weren't sure if they were meditating correctly and things like that. And I said, you know what, I really got to talk about this and help people with this. So this forum is a great place to do that. Because sometimes the things that create, hey Sheila, thanks for being here. The things that create barriers to us trying something new, like a meditation practice, if that's not a norm for us, are just lies. They're just things that somehow get perpetuated out into the universe, and they become like these truths that really aren't true. So the things I'm going to cover with you tonight, I hope are really going to break through some of those things that maybe you've heard, and maybe you already know. But either way, I'm going to try to cover sort of the top 5 that I hear about a lot, that I think get in the way of people being able to try to meditate. So as a certified meditation teacher, you know, I'm just in a position where I hear about a lot of these barriers to people being able to do it. And you know, look, in life, you know, it's not stress-free. And I'm not advocating that we have a stress-free life. I actually don't think that would be healthy. What I think does get us into trouble is when we find ourselves in a position of chronic stress and not having any strategies for how to manage that, because we get used to how stress feels. I know this personally. You know, 12 years ago, a lot of you know, I had my own sort of come to Jesus around this whole stress bubble that I was living in. And it just becomes your day-to-day and your norm. And we don't know all the negative impacts that living in a constant state of stress and overwhelm and anxiety can have on us short-term and really scary long-term, right? So the thing of it is, chronic stress is the root cause of a lot of diseases, of heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, other mental, physical, and emotional problems. And there's something that we can do about it. And meditation is one of the most effective things that we can do. It is the antidote to chronic stress. And yet some people are afraid to try it because they've heard about things that they're not sure about and they can't agree with, so they're just not going to even give it, any opportunity whatsoever. Now, you may already be doing things, and I hope you are, that are helping you relieve stress, like exercising, of course, taking yoga classes, reading, relaxing with friends, being out in nature. All of these things are fantastic. And I believe, based on the research and my own work with clients, having an intentional, consistent, daily practice to get rid of stress, it just amplifies all the other good stuff that you might already be doing. Because look, we can work out, and that's a great sort of stress reliever on a physical level. It doesn't do nearly as much for us mentally as a meditation practice. So it's the combination that I think is really powerful. And a lot of people that I've talked to who are really into physical fitness have said to me, the missing piece for me was the mental relaxation, the mental de-stressing, because I was still working out, but I was still stressing at the same time, thinking about work or thinking about a problem. And so that's the beauty of having a real intentional focused practice that just alleviates all the monkey mind and all the things that you're thinking about constantly in your brain. Okay. And this all helps you have more emotional self-control. It helps you sleep better. It helps you think more clearly the next day. It just optimizes your life in so many ways. You become more resilient, you become more creative, more adaptable to change, and you're calmer throughout your day. I could talk for hours about the benefits on a mental, physical, and emotional level around meditation. All right, but we don't have hours, so I will get right to it. So let me go right into busting a few of these myths, letting you know what really I hear out there that are really big little lies around meditation. All right, number one, probably the one I hear the most about is this. Meditation will conflict with my faith, Janelle, and I don't think I can do that. Okay, I respect that because that's just misinformation. Meditation is not a religion. Meditation is a breathing exercise that relaxes your nervous system and it calms your nervous system. That's what it is. Now, there are meditation practices that have roots in Eastern religions and philosophies, but modern day meditation is really focused on your breath, breathing, and different techniques, focusing on a mantra or something, but it has nothing to do with religion. So in fact, I say to people, if you are a person of faith, a daily meditation practice is a great complement to that. It only deepens your spiritual practice. But people of all faiths and people of no faith meditate. Atheists meditate. So just know that if you are a person of faith, it will bring you closer to your feelings about that. And if you are not a person of faith, it is not going to change you in any way and try to convert you to being a person of faith. So it just makes you more aware of everything that you feel and believe and think and observe in the world. All right, just helps you enjoy your moments of your life better. But that is one that I hear a lot. So I really want to clarify that one. The second one that I probably hear the most about is this. Meditation takes time that I don't have in my life. And I understand that. As a matter of fact, over 12 years ago, I used to say that, and I own that. I was under the impression, and it was a misperception, that somehow meditation had to take a lot of time. And the reality is you get benefits from meditation if you're sitting for 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Obviously, the longer you sit, 15, 20, you'll get more benefits. But time is really what we perceive it to be. And when you take time every day to pause and breathe and just get out of the hubbub of your day, you're more relaxed. It slows down your awareness of everything. And I personally have felt that it almost feels like I've been able to stretch my perceptions around time, which is a beautiful thing because it also, I feel more calm and relaxed, so I'm not rushing around. So I don't feel like I'm out of time. But we all know that in life, we will make time for what we believe is most important to us. So last week, I talked about setting yourself up for a successful meditation practice, and I talked about understanding your why and why you want to even have a meditation practice. And so when we have that understanding about the importance of something like a daily meditation practice in our life, we will make it happen. Like anything else in life, if we say we want to be physically fit, we will find time to go to the gym. If we want to be mentally fit, we will find time for a meditation practice. And the only other thing I would add to that is, it's very great to try to add a meditation practice to piggyback it onto something that you're already doing in your life, like taking a shower in the morning. Most people do. You add it on after that. So you insert something new, like a meditation practice, into something that you already are doing. But I think it comes down to prioritizing your mental, psychological, and physical health and saying, this is important, I'm going to fit it in. And also by doing it, it expands your perception of time. So those two things I say to that big lie that meditation is going to take time. I don't have any life. Hands down, it is the greatest thing you can do for yourself for the least amount of time investment, and it's free. All right, number 3, this lie. My mind will never stop thinking long enough to meditate. I hear it every day. I understand. We think if we're sitting that we can't possibly stop thinking. And that's the truth. The goal of meditation is to just to be and to not, you're not going to stop thinking because we have over 60,000 thoughts a day. That's impossible. All we want to do with our meditation practice is interrupt the flow of our normal thoughts. Interrupt the flow of our normal thoughts. So that's why companies support meditation classes on site, because they know that new neural pathways are created naturally when people sit and meditate. That makes their employees more creative, more innovative. Companies like Google and Target and Facebook, Aetna, they pay for these classes because they know that not only does it help their employees be more calm, relaxed, they also get great ideas as a result of taking time to do this. So I'll say to you this, when you're in the shower and you get a great idea, what do you think is happening? It's because that warm water, unless you're taking a cold shower, just facilitates your being able to be in a relaxed, calm state with that warm water flowing over you, and you get ideas, right? Has anybody ever had that happen? You can type in the chat box. I know it happens to me all the time. So that's exactly what happens when you meditate. Your brain gets into a very relaxed state of being. And yes, you will think about things as you're meditating, and you will wander off into the next exit on the highway, but you just come back to your meditation practice. And I've talked about that. You always have a point of focus. You come back to that. If you do it 20 times in 20 minutes, you still get benefits. So know this, the goal is not to stop thinking. It's impossible. The goal with meditation is to interrupt your normal patterns of thinking. And that's really exciting because then when you sit, you know when you get up, you're going to be refreshed. You're going to see things differently. You're going to have different perspectives, all from sitting and breathing and relaxing. That's it. It's almost seems so simple you can't believe it happens, but it's true. All right, number 4. Meditation is too hard. I won't do it correctly. That's a lie. Meditation is one of the easiest things in the world to do because all you have to do is sit and breathe. And if you can do those two things, you can be a meditation ninja. That's it. So it's super easy to do. And, you can listen to a guided meditation, or you can just sit and time yourself for 10 minutes and just focus on your breath. There are many, many approaches that you can try. We don't have time tonight to go into, the hundreds of ways that you can meditate, but just know that it's easy as breathing and sitting. That's it. There's a lot of ways that you can learn how to meditate. Yeah, Sheila says here, especially doing an outside shower, she gets all kinds of creative thoughts. Yeah, that's even optimal, because you've got nature, which is very grounding, and also the warm water in the shower. So that's just that really up levels the whole shower idea generation activity, Sheila. That's really good. All right, so I was talking about how you can learn how to meditate. You can take a class online, but like any skill, and it is a skill, I think it's ideal to learn with an instructor that you can ask questions and you can get feedback, and that's kind of the optimal way to do it, like any skill that you want to learn. And number 5, the last big little lie that I don't have time to cover tonight is this: I have to sit in a weird position and wear strange clothes. Well, that's a big lie, because you absolutely do not have to sit in a weird position. You see photos of people meditating a lot of times, and they're sitting with their legs crossed. And for some people, that's impossible and also extremely uncomfortable. So that's not a requirement to meditate. And also, there are a lot of photographs. If you were just to Google photographs of people meditating, there's really strange things out there. What I suggest is you wear the most comfortable clothes that you own when you meditate. I actually have 2 meditation outfits. They're just loose clothing. In the morning, I have like a winter one and a summer one. And I like wearing those things because it tells my brain it's time to meditate. And I just get into my meditation so easily. It's almost like having a costume. But they're the most comfortable clothes I've ever owned in my life. And it just feels amazing to be able to be relaxed in these particular outfits, and it just relax. So sweatpants, sweatshirts, whatever's comfortable for you, So you just wear what's comfortable, and you can also just sit straight in a chair, and you don't have to sit cross-legged. Matter of fact, your feet can be on the floor and your hands resting comfortably on your leg. So Heather's joined us. She says, yeah, I love this because I can't sit up like that. You like to be cozy. Absolutely. And having pillows. And we talked about this last week, having the optimal meditation space. It's really great to kind of have that same place in your home, or if you're traveling in a hotel that's just comfortable for you. That's all that matters, right? Because the more comfortable you are, the easier it's going to be for you to relax and get into your meditation, right? All right, very good. So, we've gone through some of the big little lies that I hear almost every day from people. And I don't think people are looking for resistance. I think that these lies just, they take on a life of their own sometimes, and people just perpetuate them thinking that they're true. But they're not. And I could spend another hour going through more, but these are probably the top 5. So let me ask you if you have any questions about anything that I covered. And while you're thinking about that, I will quickly recap the lies. So, meditation will conflict with my faith. Absolutely not. It's not a religion. It only brings you closer to your faith. Or if you're an atheist, it just makes you feel whatever you feel about not having a spiritual practice. It just raises your awareness. Number 2, meditation takes time I don't have in life. Well, like anything, if it's a priority, we'll find time. And also by taking time to slow down, it expands our perception of time and having more of it. Number 3, my mind will never stop thinking long enough to meditate. That's a myth, because we know that's not the goal. The goal is just to interrupt our thoughts, because we cannot stop thinking. That's an impossible act. Number 4, meditation is too hard. I won't do it correctly. If you can breathe and you can sit, you can meditate. So that's not true either. That's a big fat lie. And the last one I just went over, I have to sit in a weird position and wear weird clothes, strange clothes. We know that's not true. You're sitting comfortably so your body can be relaxed, feet on the floor, hands on your knees or in your lap. Eyes closed, ideally, I didn't say that. and just comfortable, super comfortable clothes. It could be your pajamas, whatever's comfortable for you. So if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. And so at the end of the day, why does it matter that meditation, being an antidote to stress, so powerful, so effective? We have thousands of studies now, a lot of them in hospital-based settings, that validate the benefits, some of which I just went over, of taking time to breathe and sit and just calm your nervous system. One of the major reasons to do this is to manage chronic stress, because if you do this over and over and over, you're going to get a real heads up on minimizing the potential negative impact of living with chronic stress that sometimes results in people having things like heart attacks or strokes or diseases. I've worked with people, honestly, who are cancer survivors, and they connected with me through someone who knew me because they said, stress caused my cancer. Now, I don't know that, but if they believe that, I believe them. Because we don't know all of the negative impacts of chronic stress and overwhelm and anxiety on our bodies. But if people believe that that's the root cause, then I say they're right. All right, Brett asks, what is the optimal amount of time to meditate? Great question. Brett, the optimal amount of time is somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes. A lot of the studies are done on that time frame. I know some at 12, some at 10 minutes. But a lot of times in the hospital settings, they'll be a little longer. But know this, if you can start with 5 minutes a day, you are on your way. Just get that ritual established and just add a couple of minutes every week. Start with 5, the next week go to 8, then maybe go to 11 or 12. It's a gradual process. Just like if you were training for a marathon, you wouldn't buy your new Nikes and go out the door the first day and try to run 10 miles, right? You start gradually and increase the time. My own practice is 24 minutes, but I've built that up over 12 years. I didn't start that right away. In my training to be a meditation teacher, we had to do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, but that was training. So just know that start with what you can do and keep increasing it up to 15 to 20 minutes is ideal. And Brandon says, thank you. I'm going to go meditate right now. Good for you. Yes, I am passionate about this, and I have a lot of energy around meditation. I want everyone to try it because I know what a game changer it is, and I know how beneficial it is to everybody that does it. And it's accessible to everybody. That's the other thing. So my philosophy is that every day we have the potential for that day to be special, meaningful, and fulfilling, right? And so we don't have to wait to go on vacation to feel relaxed. We can have a little mini vacation every day through our meditation practice. We can meditate and come out of it and feel refreshed and feel energized and feel like we got rid of all that accumulated stress. Because stress does not just go away. It lives in our body, in our mind, and our soul if we don't do something intentional to get rid of it. So I like that feeling of going away and having a little vacation and coming back feeling refreshed. I get that every day with my practice, and so can you. It's not just for me, it's for everybody, right? So if you're struggling with trying to manage too much stress, too much overwhelm, fatigue, and you're not sleeping well, or you're not able to focus or make good decisions, or you feel like you have brain fog, or you're just kind of scattered, or you're not living your best life, you deserve to have your best life. And meditation can really contribute to that. So I want you to really consider learning how to meditate and adding it into your whole toolkit of taking care of yourself. I really believe, and I said this on our Facebook Live last week, that we are on the cusp of the next big revolution in taking care of ourselves. Just like physical fitness became that in the 60s with President Kennedy's whole President's Council of Physical Fitness, where got people off the couches and really made working out a priority for a lot of Americans. I believe that's what's happening now with mindfulness and meditation. And it's a great thing. So in the whole month of July, I've been focusing on meditation. I just decided to do that. And it also times nicely with something that a lot of you have asked me to do, and I've never done it, and that is to do just a meditation class online for people in our group. And I decided to do it the month of August. And it's the simple, easy, everyday meditation technique that I teach. And from the convenience of your home, you can be in your pajamas. We're going to do it on Zoom. And it's the 4 Thursdays in August. I think that's August 8, 15, 22, and 29, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and that would be 5 o'clock Pacific. Registration is required, and I'm just asking people to schedule a 15-minute call so I can tell them more about the course, what's involved, see if it's a fit. And if it's not a fit, that's okay. I may suggest something else to you. But I've done this with private individuals. A lot of my work I do live in companies, but I want to try this. It will be a total of 4 hours that you would spend in August on 1 hour on a Thursday night, starting August 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th, just for 1 hour. We would come together. I would review stuff. We would practice meditation. You would have homework. And then in 30 days, you would have your meditation practice locked in and already be experiencing a lot of the benefits that I cover here in the Facebook Live. So maybe that's something that will fit for you. If you've been thinking about trying it, but you don't want to go out at night to do it, or you're too busy during the day to find a class, think about it. And all you have to do is go to janelleevans.com/talk, and I'll post it here, and set up a call with me so I can fill you in on all the details. And again, we'll just have a great chat. And if it's not the right fit for you, no problem. I can help you maybe in some other way. So, meditation was a game changer for me 12 years ago. A lot of you know that. And it's the foundation of all of my happiness in life. If I didn't have this practice, the quality of my life would be very different. And I don't think it would be nearly as great. From just sitting and breathing and knowing how to do it, and knowing, what I know as a teacher, but also knowing what my clients get out of it too. I mean, it's just simply amazing. So if you want to talk about it, go to Janelle Evans, just JENNELL, Evans.com/talk. And we can just have a conversation and see if it's a fit for you. So that is what I wanted to cover tonight. If anybody has any questions, I see Brent had already asked a question that somebody else had about how long. Someone else asked, what do I need to have a good setup for my meditation space? I covered that last week, but let me just quickly answer that. Basically, you just want a comfortable space. Let's say it's in your home, and you want to find a really comfortable chair, or if you have a sofa, whatever is comfortable for you. Grab some pillows. Just make sure that you just set yourself up for super comfort level. Feet on the floor, hands in your lap, resting comfortably. That's all you need. You can put some nice things in there that make you feel good, whether that's candles or photographs or images, whatever. Make it your sacred space, that when you go to that place, it is yours and it's your time, and you know that you're doing something amazing for yourself when you have that time for yourself every single day. It will make you better throughout the entire day if you do it in the morning, for example. Okay, somebody else asked, when meditating, what should I wear? We already covered that in the best position. So comfy clothes, feet on the floor. If you like sitting cross-legged, that's cool, but that doesn't work. So Heather says she's interested in the program, but you teach on Thursday nights. Well, Heather, we should talk, see what we can work out about that. So I know I will be seeing you. We can set up a call and have that conversation. Great. Now, Heather asked, can you lie down to meditate? Heather, there are special meditations, the only ones really that are kind of a requirement to lie down, and those are called yoga nidra, and they're done at night. And a lot of people who have sleep challenges do yoga nidra. And I covered that in this August class and in all of my workshops. It's a very powerful practice. It is designed to help people relax to the point of then drifting right off to sleep, versus the more traditional meditation where you might do it in the morning or before lunch or when you come home from work, that can be more it's relaxing, but also energizing because you have this rest, but you're alert. When you do yoga nidra, the music, the guided meditations that are often part of that are really to almost put you in a, not a trance, but it's very different than just a traditional meditation. So it's really designed to encourage people to go to sleep. I've had clients use it with fantastic results. They put their headphones, they get ready for bed, they put their headphones on, they lie down in bed, they got their alarm clock set or their phone or whatever, and they drift off to sleep. So that can work really well, particularly for people who are challenged with insomnia. Or I've had clients who wake up, they get to sleep fine, but then they wake up and they cannot get back to sleep. But there's a whole series of things that I recommend that people do in that scenario. Yoga nidra can be one strategy for helping it. And I can post. Matter of fact, I should probably do a Facebook Live just on yoga nidra. So maybe we'll do that in a future one. But great question. That's the only one. You always want to sit up outside of yoga nidra. You always want to sit up, keep your back straight so that you have that rested alertness when you meditate, because the goal typically is not to just go to sleep, but except when you're doing the other kind. All right, guys, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and being live. I see we get many more people on Wednesday night, so we're definitely going to stick with this format. I really appreciate you and love having you in the group. And thank you so much for coming out and being part of our discussion tonight. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.